Some changes on the offensive line for Alcorn. They brought in some substitutes because of that. And that's where you need the leadership to show, hey, you're throwing us off with these snaps. And they bring in Joseph Milburn, number 77, to play center to replace Ibrahim.
Yeah, they have flip-flopped throughout the season at that center position, and Harper unable to hold on to it, but it bounces in his favor. He gets the ball away, but all really negative plays on that drive for the Braves. And now the punting unit will run back onto the field for the Tigers, and things are swinging in their favor.
He wasn't expecting the ball. That was a quick snap right there, and that's what happens when you substitute centers. Harper was still going through the read or progression of the defense. The ball snaps, and once again, Alcorn fortunate to maintain possession of the football. I never know if I've ever said a team is lucky to be able to punt the ball away, because that was a horrible three-play drive.
And we talked about how good this Grambling State defense is. They know how to turn you over, and a block punt from the Tigers. Ball still on the ground. I'll tell you this, Najee Gordon went right after it, and the Tigers come up with it.
Great job by Najee Gordon, number 45. He just wants it unblocked. How does that happen? Look at this. Watch him just split between the defenders. Two guys blocking one jersey. That's a miscommunication. Grambling State gets the ball again with fantastic field position.
And the senior out of New Orleans sets up a great opportunity for the Tigers. Jeremy Hickbottom helped lead the team down the field. 8 plays, 7 of them on the ground, resulted in a field goal, and now they can tack on more. Hickbottom taking his time, didn't know where to go, and finally he's brought down.
You can't do this. I'm trying to get, there's a wide open wide receiver. Get it to the guy. Watch the crossing route right here and tell me how wide open it is. This is the read. This is how they draw up the play. Give me the ball.
Right there.
I'm open.
Yep.
I'm open. And that's where you wonder, what are you looking at?
We had his tight end, Khalif Jackson, in the middle with nobody around him. Now the handoff to Dominique, and Dominique just stopped short by Solomon Muhammad. So about 3rd and 2 coming up.
And knowing offensive coordinator Mark Orlando from Grambling, who's been around HBC football for a while, this is 2-down territory. So he's going to try to muscle you on one play, and if he does it on one play, he's going to do it again. So look for back-to-back plays from Grambling look alike if they don't get it.
Dominique, the man, Dominique! Hey! What a run by Kevin Dominique, a pickup of 16.
And it was all designed by formation. They got confused looking over here, and they forgot about the gap right there, the distraction. Look, you focus so hard on the left side, we slice you to the right side. Look for it. Now they're doing the same play, but they're just flipping the formation. They want to get you distracted to the right to go away left.
Hickbottom holds on to it, and he's wrapped up. He saw a lot of white jerseys in front of him, and he's sacked and brought down.
Get rid of the football. When you're down inside the 10-yard line, every yard counts, right? So once you don't get this play right here, you know what you do? You throw it away. You throw the ball away. You don't take sacks inside the 20. In that case, they were inside the 10-yard line and get sacked for a loss of 6. That's just plays that you have to learn, just to throw the ball away.
Credit Chris Hart with that sack, his first of the season. Now 2nd and goal. Hickbottom has a man wide open in the end zone, and the score! D'Aquarius Thomas on the 11-yard reception, and he was all by himself. Got behind the defense.
From his slot position, he's in the slot, and you see 2 white jerseys peeking in the backfield, looking at the receiver. lack of communication allows for wide open Thomas in the back end zone. And congratulations to Jeremy Hickbottom. He gave the fans here something to celebrate with a touchdown strike.
So DeQuarius Thomas with his first touchdown of the season for the 5th-year senior out of Alexandria, Louisiana. Mendez on to attempt the extra point. And Grambling State goes up 10-3. It was all set up by the block punt.
Fantastic job of special teams. When you're playing your home, you got to win the battle. Special teams, they help out the offense, and they finish it off with a touchdown.
Well, it didn't take long for DeQuarius Thomas and the Grambling State Tigers to go up 10-3 after the block punt. 2 minutes, 13 seconds, and it ended with a touchdown catch from that man, number 86 in your screen. The Tigers feeling good, but they have grabbed that momentum away. You know, they are led by their defense, but their offense now trying to respond as well.
The special teams gave them fantastic field position. We talked about it. We saw how Alcorn clearly outplayed Grambling in that first quarter, but only had a 3-point lead to show for it. Well, bad special teams. Grambling picks up a couple first downs, and now they're up by 7.
And this one goes into the end zone, and the special teams just played a big part for Grambling State's success the last 4 games, as they've been winners of 4. And you look at the drive chart for Alcorn State, the only points they got is that field goal on the 3rd drive, but outside of that, they haven't been able to do much.
And what did I say about that field goal when they went for it?
Yeah, they should have gone for it. Yep.
They had the ball. It was fourth and 1 on the 3-yard line. I thought they should have gone for it behind Waller. They took the points, which I don't fault them for, but that was kind of a defensive win for Grambling. See if Alcorn has fixed the problems they were having with the snap between the quarterback and the center and the timing and location of those shotgun snaps.
Milburn back on the field to snap it. Felix Harper avoiding pressure, gets the ball away, finds Nico Duffy. Duffy along the sideline, and Nico Duffy, that speedster, He can hurt you.
Is Felix Harper a good quarterback or what? Keeps his head up, realizes I'm going down, but knows Duffy's sitting there in the flat, catchable ball, accurate. That is playing quarterback at a high level. And I was a huge fan of Noah Johnson. Noah Johnson could do it, but this kid, Felix Harper, just to seem like in this offense, a little bit more efficient than Noah Johnson was. And Noah Johnson was a winner, but Felix Harper yet to lose a game and just makes play after play.
He hands it off to Duffy, but you go back just to the way that he's been able to lead under center. You know, he got a chance to watch Noah Johnson and see what he's done, and really backups have been the storyline for Alcorn State over the years. We saw John Gibbs start a season back in 2014 or 15, and then Lenore's Footman comes in. Then Footman comes in and he does his thing, he goes down, and it's Noah Johnson.
And now Noah Johnson is the guy, then it's Felix Harper now.
Yep. Down, and the defense standing tall up front for Grambling State.
Big Anthony Mullins, number 8, transfer from Mississippi State, and he's a transfer that's bought into this program. He's been there for 3 years playing for Grambling. 6'4", 270-pound defensive end, playing his best football his senior campaign.
And 4th and 5, and the decision to keep the offense on the field at the 40-yard line, Jay.
Yeah, this is when I think you should punt the ball. Now we're seeing the aggressiveness from McNair.
Harper stands in, delivers it, and he tried to go for Chris Blair, but a couple of flags on the field, and Felix Harper was slow to get up.
This is from the secondary. This may be a pass interference or a holding away from where the football was going. I want to see what this call is. 4th and 5. You're going to reward him with a pass interference for a ball that wasn't even going in that area. So it makes me think it must be holding.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 1. 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Let's see. I mean, it's going to be on the top right side of your formation. I mean, come on, that's not a call. That is a bad call going away from there. And, oh, what a bad call. That was away from the ball. There was no holding there.
And Harper tries to go to that same play again. It's not there, but it breathes new life as it keeps the Braves offense on the field. And Jay, you don't like that ticky-tack call, that you didn't see anything there.
And then when you tell me number 1 and there's no number 1 on the field, who are you really calling on? You know, they give you the name and number for a reason so coaches can go back and say, oh, talk to that player. There's no number 1 on the field.
Harper gets it out to the flat. Juan Anthony runs into his own player. There's really nowhere for him to go. Damian Crumity was able to tackle him.
That run-pass option there, and we're starting to see the speed from Grambling. I thought that Alcorn has speed at the linebacker position. Well, Grambling's got some linebackers that can fly, particularly DeAndre Hogues. And then when they bring in number 4, Crumity, down from the box, it's more like a safety playing that nickel position, pass sideline to sideline.
3rd and 8. Harper with the interception into the hands of the Grambling State defender. And Devonair Martin comes up with the INT.
Looked like Charles Pringle lost his footing running the curl route. And in doing so, when 82 goes down in great position, is Martin for the interception.
I'm talking about what number one.
This interception is going to show up as an INT by Harper, but the pocket was clean. But when Pringle slips on the curl route, right behind him, the defensive back in great position was Devonair Martin. Unfortunate call for Alcorn State, but like we talked during the break, Tiff, ball don't lie.
No.
They got robbed on a holding penalty. We thought come right back with an interception.
14th interception of the season for Grambling State. They're excellent at taking the ball away, tied for third in FCS. Now their offense back on the field, and number 4 on the other side, Kevin Dominique with the carry up the middle.
And Dominique, he can be explosive. Just a sophomore. Give him a crease, and when you see him wearing number 4, it kind of reminds me when they had number 5 in the backfield, Martez Carter, but Dominique has that same type of explosive ability.
They give it to him again. He's a longer back, still physical, but different than Keelan Elder in terms of their stature, but they both get the job done. At one point, wasn't there thunder and lightning in the backfield for the Tigers?
They would have it. They keep some runners down here, and this is an offense that's one of the top 15 rushing offenses in the country, number 1 in the SWAC, at over 200 yards a game on the ground.
The toss out to Dominique, but nowhere to go. It's Alcorn State and Solomon Muhammad involved in that tackle.
Yeah, Muhammad Quinterio Cole, number 32, coming up from his free safety position. You see number 1 a lot. Dalen Burks, he's been trying to mix it up from that cornerback position. Alcorn defense forces a 3 and out to minimize the damage of the interception.
I love the flow of these games just because, you know, defense, we knew they would do their thing. The offense has responded, but it's really powered by the defense. And fair catch at the 25-yard line of the Braves after that 40-yard punt. And so we'll get another look at what Alcorn State's offense can do on this drive. You know, you go back to that missed touchdown pass from Felix Harper a few drives back and you think, okay. But outside of that, I mean, he's played a good ball game. The offense has done some good things. How can they take it to the next step?
They got to slow down Grambling. One thing about this Grambling defense, they're not a large defense, they're fast. I thought the power on the ground from Alcorn should be enough to do the job.
Well, it looked like there was a holding. Yeah. Some interference there on Redarius Anderson, and the flag comes out late.
And Joseph McWilliams, the cornerback, number 29, they call him DB Pick 6. He got 3 interception returns on the season. Jumping the slant route, got there just a little bit early.
Oh, they say Joseph McWilliams.
There's no foul for DPI. The ball was tipped at the line.
And that's the rule. If the ball is tipped, then you can run right through the wide receiver. In that case there, McWilliams got there a little early because he saw the tip. So good job by the officiating crew.
We'll see if they target his side again.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. He's got 6 interceptions on the season. Half of them have gone back for a score. Harper looking to that side and dumps it off to Akeem McNair, and Nico Duffy.
And that was a good job by McWilliams. I watched that matchup, him and Anderson at the top. They tried to set him up with a sluggo route, slant and go, thinking he was going to bait. McWilliams didn't fall for it, stayed deep, forced Harper to get rid of the ball to the flat for the short game rather than the deep shot.
Braves need a couple here. You see Grambling State packing the box, but no problem, as still on his feet, it's Nico Duffy. Nico Duffy only needed 2 yards, and instead a huge gain for the true freshman pickup of 32.
Yeah, swerving through the defense. You see him make the first defender miss. It's Krimitai and then gets to the outside. We tell you, we've seen some highlight runs from this freshman before. He continues to impress.
And you see the tempo that the Braves are trying to keep here.
I got to work on it. Number 4, I hate to butcher. Is it Krimitai or
Crumity.
Krimitai?
Offense. No.
Apologize to his mom and daddy out there. Krimitai, Damian Krimitai. It's my fault. But he's been exposed on a couple looks there. That open field tackle, he has to come down in the box and make that play.
Braves moving a little too fast. They back up 5 yards. Duffy on the carry. Duffy trying to juke move, and he's brought down by Keenan Fontenot.
And this is what I thought they would do. I thought they would use their offensive line to push around the 3-3-5 look of Grambling. Grambling's big in the middle with Wesley Green, but the end guys are kind of small. Alcorn has a big offensive line, some 300-pounders up there. I thought we'd see them try to play a little bit more smash mouth, and they're starting to do it and having some success in the running game. I still would use the big back in there. I'm surprised we don't see more Deshaun Waller instead of the smaller back in the freshman Duffy.
A collision there on the outside as Anderson and McWilliams meet once again.
McWilliams jumped the route. He absolutely jumped the route. He saw it before Anderson did. He made a break on the ball, and Anderson should be called for any type of penalty if there is one. And you'll see McWilliams, once this ball's released, he sees it. He's coming to make an interception. That is not pass interference. I thought it should have been a no call. Surprised we saw a flag come out. Talk about Joseph McWilliams, 5'11", 180-pound senior. With interceptions like that, those type of numbers, he's got the speed. When you talk to the coaches, they say he just feels he's that dude. And when you play cornerback, it's all attitude. It's 10%
There's no
physical.
on the play for DPI.
Look at McWilliams. He said, I want the offensive pass interference.
He is having a stellar senior season.
You see him at the top of your screen. He sees it. He's breaking on the ball, and he got it right. It almost looked as if Anderson knocked him off to prevent him from getting to the football.
Duffy stays in, 3rd and 10. Harper rolling to his left, puts the throw on the money, and it's caught by Anderson. So he was looking for him a few times on this drive. This time they connect for 17.
Great job of playing catch between Harper and Anderson when they move the pocket a little bit, shorten the field, come up with a huge first down.
In the red zone, Harper lets it go, 50-50, and it's Anderson! He brings it in! And he said, you know what? You want to try me, Joseph McWilliams? I got this.
They hurry to the line of scrimmage to get one-on-one matchup again. In this case here, throw the ball up high and let your 6'5" target come down with it. This is just mano-a-mano jump ball 50-50 situation. Got away with a little bit of a push.
A little push, but he bossed it.
Yeah. He got mossed, but that was clearly the bigger man using his size to come down with the touchdown.
7 plays, 75 yards. And Alcorn State evens it up at 10 apiece. Felix Harper said, I'm going to the outside. I see my big receiver. Anderson brings it in. Detail with Nick Saban only on ESPN Plus features the Alabama head coach breaking down the way the Crimson Tide defend the run-pass option, and he looks at why theirs is so dangerous. It's available now, so go to ESPN Plus or get to ESPN Plus. Download the ESPN app or visit ESPNplus.com. And I'll tell you, Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide in a crucial game today against LSU there in the state of Louisiana. Well, not in the state of Louisiana, but taking on a team from the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, everybody in this state was talking about that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest game of the season in college football.
Absolutely.
New improved LSU offense behind Joe Burrow at quarterback. What's Saban going to come up with? That's what everybody wants to know.
Button along the right sideline, and the flag comes out at the end of it. I almost thought that ball had a chance to go out of bounds.
If you let it bounce that far in, he would have been better off just taking a chance to see. Brutton just a freshman, so he'll learn, get some film study and learn. Guy kicks it that close in the corner of the 2-yard line. Get the coach right now.
Illegal block in the back. On, Grambling keeps the ball.
Go back to Nick Saban, and he made a trip down this way to Grambling earlier in the year, invited by Coach Broderick Fobbs. And you think about just what Nick Saban has done at Alabama and LSU, but when you talk about coaches in the world of college football, you have to mention Eddie Robinson. Robinson was, what you say, Jay, the man, the myth, the legend.
The standard. All-time winningest coach on any level of football when he retired. And I think Nick Saban was down there getting some ideas for what his library museum is going to look like down here at Tuscaloosa one day.
Well, I'll tell you this, 9 championships for Eddie Robinson in his 57 seasons here. But, I mean, you could run off so many numbers. The more than 200 men that have competed in the NFL under his tutelage. Just absolutely amazing what he did.
I mean, 4 Pro Football Hall of Famers, 2 significant black quarterbacks in Doug Williams and Shaq Harris. I mean, you could almost take a number of this match to Coach Rob.
That's the first time out of the half. It'll be a second time out.
And we can continue to gloat on Coach Robinson and just his impact across, you know, college football. The fact that, you know, he coached at a time where you didn't come into contact with or play with your Alabamas back then with Bear Bryant, but he got to know him and he got to hobnob and really rub shoulders with just a little bit of everybody, from Branch Rickey to George Steinbrenner. I mean, Eddie Robinson was the man, an icon for sure.
And one of the things that he did was nobody ever had the name on the back of the jersey. And he used to always say, well, the Packers don't do it, so why are we going to do it? It's all about the G, not about the individual performance. And one of the traditions that they've gone away with is having that name on the back of the jersey. They did it for a little while, special occasions.
Almost intercepted by Solomon Muhammad, a terrific defensive player. And I know Coach Rob would be blown away just by the special type of talent that Solomon Muhammad is.
Yeah, when you see him, he's got all the tangibles physically you want. 6'1", 235 pounds, can run, can hit, can cover. And what the coaches say, he's getting better with his eyes. Before he would use his athleticism to run himself out of coverage, out of plays, but now he's learned to slow the game down, read, then react.
Hickbottom on 3rd and 9, and Hickbottom still on his feet, rolling to his right and delivers the ball. The reception, was it good to Lyndon Rash? They say yes.
They call it a catch, big play that Grambling needed to try and close out this first half of football with the ball, and you'll see good patience by Hickbottom.
Well, that was Raylon Richardson.
That's a nice catch. Coming back to your quarterback and scramble drill, helping out, and the Tigers maintain possession of the football.
Good for 17. The clock stops with the first down. Now 1st and 10 with 1:21 remaining in the first half. Gets it, finds his man underneath. It's Richardson again, and Richardson is an easy target for him to see, the biggest receiver that they have, and he's a guy who can really stretch the field if they need him to, but they're a sure-handed 11-yard catch.
They need to go back to that play. They're running 3 wide receivers, clearing them out and bringing the underneath route from across the formation. He's been open every time they've called that play.
Hickbottom just not on the same page with his receiver. He throws it to the outside, his guy goes to the inside.
They called the same play, they reversed the formation, and you tell me, is this guy open to me? I want you to see. Hey, weigh it out, number 82. Look at 82. He's coming across formation. They're going away from the football. That's what frustrates you. You call up this play by design, and Hickbottom just throws it nowhere. He can be great, and sometimes, like plays like that, inconsistent.
Pitches it out to Jakari Nichols, and Nichols, who was brought down in the backfield. He was tripped up by Alan Bruce. So Bruce with a big play, and an injured Tiger is down. I believe it's the ball carrier, Jakari Nichols. Nichols, the sophomore.
You'll see it's a good job coming off by Alan Bruce. The cornerback comes off and makes the tackle. This looks like possibly Nichols not able to keep his balance. Bangs that knee. Let's hope it's just more of a bruise on that knee than anything major.
So the trainers are still giving attention to Nichols. And Jay will step aside really quickly here from Grambling. During the break, 10 seconds was run off the clock because Grambling State did not call a timeout during that injured player down on the field. Nichols ran back to the sideline, and now, with time, 35 seconds to go in this one, Jeremy Hickbottom trying to go for it all, has the man, and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Raylan Richardson.
You have to make that catch, Raylan Richardson. I think he lost it in the sun, but this was a great pass from Jeremy Hickbottom. He's missed some throws, but he didn't miss this one. And that ball, you can tell he just lost it and allowed it to drift over his outside shoulder when he didn't need to. And what a missed opportunity going into the half. Would have been, had the ball somewhere inside the 5-yard line.
The right play drawn up, but the Tigers unable to execute. They punt it away, and a marker comes out. Pringle thought about should he return it or not. Couldn't remember if he fair caught it or not. And the hesitation, but we'll see what the call is.
There's just a lot of laundry on the field. That dirty yellow towel. Seemed like we saw one come out on the snap and then maybe one into the punter.
Fouls by both teams. Play. Illegal formation. Offense, more than 4 men in the backfield. Number 49. Those fouls offset. We'll replay 4th down.
So they're going to do the re-kick now. If I'm Grambling, I'm looking at the clock, 9.7 seconds. Alcorn had a lot of penetration on that punt block attempt. I'm taking my time to tell everybody, hey, don't worry about making the tackle so much downfield. We just need to get the punt away and make sure that we've got our punt protection team on the field.
Well, this has been a good ball game thus far, Jay, and exactly what we want to see. A lot on the line. Alcorn State controlling their own destiny, currently undefeated in the SWAC East. Still some room for Grambling State to do some damage, even though with a 2-2 record, they could make it happen. As penalty markers fly out again, but Grambling State still has a chance to make something happen in the SWAC West.
False start. 88 kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
How about this news out of Baltimore, Maryland? Morgan State 22, North Carolina A&T 16. The Aggies lose to Morgan for the 2nd consecutive season.
And this one induces another flag.
Let's see if the clock can at least get to 0. Maybe become an untimed down and you take a knee on 4th down rather than punt it.
And the Braves ready to run into the locker room. They didn't see the penalty marker, which is closer to the Tigers sideline. And so as Jesse Harris goes over to give the explanation to coach, says, you know what, it's all right. We'll go into the locker room tied at 10 all.
Kicking team, more than 4 men in the backfield. That penalty decline, halftime.
All right, the clocks are at zeros now in the stadium and on your screen, and we're going in to halftime with this SWAC battle between Alcorn State and Grambling State, tied at 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, produces more than 4,000 commissioned officers each year, more than any other command in the nation's armed forces. Approximately 50,000 ROTC cadets are currently attending college, tuition-free, and more than 1,300 colleges and universities across the country. Today, the Grambling State University Army ROTC program and Lieutenant Colonel Darren Spears are proud to present Cadet Autumn Spears with a scholarship valued at $61,240. Cadet Spears made the choice to serve her country and pay her college tuition using the benefits of the Army ROTC program. We thank Cadet Spears and her family for their commitment to the country, and we thank each of you for continuing to support soldiers around the world. Let's give the Army ROTC a round of applause and congratulate Cadet Autumn Spears. Mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Alcorn State University Sons of Dynamite! Drum majors for the season performance. From Natchez, Mississippi, she's known as the pretty girl with pretty pearls, more pages, shakes, and words. From McCall, Mississippi, the skin is in swag, the honest, slim, kind, and Wilkerson. Now for the two new guys, the inseparable, the duo, the Beavis and Butthead, the Puma and Timon, the Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. From the mighty downtown Mississippi, the old Grimville, Wally, Willie, Sussing Up Willis. Now, last but not least, from the Jew City, repping Junior Hill High School, Brandon, Mr. Brandon Williams.
Welcome back to Grambling, Louisiana. Right now, as the sounds of dynamite take the field down here in Louisiana, but that's not the story right now. Joining me in the booth, the legend, the hero, the man, the myth, my mentor, my hero, my everything.
Yeah, he's
Doug Williams.
Checking it, man.
We had a good time down here. Obviously, you mean so much to this institution. It means so much.
No doubt about it.
Eddie Robinson mean to you?
It's a lot of history in that building. And even when I walk in there and see the statue as you walk in there, there's so many memories that goes along with what you're looking at. But it's something that you almost got to be a part of. You know, I was fortunate enough with my redshirt year to spend 5 years with Coach Eddie Robinson. So I got to know him pretty good. And him and I had a real good relationship. And the thing about Coach Robinson, you know, he was tough on us. But probably one of the biggest, the best motivator you could ever want to see. But he did it in a way that you understand where he was coming from. The one thing he always told us that he wanted us to grow up to be good Americans, to understand what it takes to be able to survive in America. And he gave us all the tools, and that's just by being insightful.
I just learned something, man. Hold on, man. Who was the quarterback that had you red shirt and sit the bench, man? You had the red shirt?
Hey, let me tell you a story. When I got here, Jay, it was 8 quarterbacks on campus.
Okay.
So, but the guy was Terry Brown, who was a high recruit.
Okay.
He was College Pennywell quarterback in high school.
Okay.
That won the state champion. Terry Brown was talented as all I know. And when the guy, Joe Como, who was the starter, when I first got here, and then my freshman redshirt year, Joe Como got hurt. It was Terry Brown time, and we was playing Tennessee State, and the ball wasn't moving. And Coach Rob said, "Where's that Williams boy?"
And the rest is history.
He called it Williams boy, and I came off the bench and threw 2 TD passes. We ended up winning like 21-6. And like you say, the rest is history.
The rest is history. Let's move forward a little bit. I want to ask you 2 more questions. One, what's the HBCU football landscape like right now? You know, you and I, we talk a lot off record. I said, I don't know if it's black college sometimes they're playing now a little bit different, but now we're seeing a resurgence in HBCU football and athletics.
I think we all know, you know, when integration came in, we lost a lot because the guys had so many opportunities to go other places. But I think we got to look at this thing from a parent standpoint is what's the best place for my kid? You know, we're with all the big schools and have everything economical that you can bear. It's good to have my kid there, but if my kid is not playing, I'd rather for my kid to be somewhere where he's going to be comfortable, he's going to get an opportunity to play and an opportunity to grow. Because whatever you can do, if you can play this game, no matter where you are, you got so much stuff out there that will find you.
I got to ask you that now. Your current job, currently general manager of the Washington Redskins football team up there, and Dwayne Haskins, quarterback to quarterback. Now, come on, man. Don't give me no political answer. Can he play? Can he throw it? Is that your guy?
It's unfortunate that the young guy had to go through all the BS right now from the media and the outside. You got to be inside. Number one, if you don't give a guy love, ain't nothing going to happen. This young guy just getting arms put around him and getting the love that he so much desire and need. And I think right now he's in a good place, in a good spirit. You know, you look at last week, they say, well, he didn't play well. Well, you got to look at the whole picture. It ain't just Dwayne Haskins. But I think right now so many people putting so much pressure on him and saying he's not doing that. No, we not doing that. We got to work together.
Yes or no? Can he throw it?
Oh, throw it. He can spin it.
All right, yes, quarterback to quarterback. Always good to see you. Co-founder of the Black College Hall of Fame as well. I think you can call this either Eddie Robinson State University or maybe Doug Williams College. You got your own street named after. Got to be a good feeling. We'll come back to Gimme 5 when we return to Grambling, Louisiana.
Welcome to the halftime experience. Brought to you exclusively by the world-famous Grambling State University Tiger Marching Band. Give you a little more of what you're hoping for. From Naples. Go put a little G-funk on this thing. It's showtime, baby. Let's give them what they came for. With a band back from Little South.
Welcome back here at the half. The world famed marching Tiger Band on the field as we're tied at 10 between Alcorn State and Grambling State. Jay Walker, Tiffany Green here with you, and it's time for Give Me 5.
You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now.
All right, how about this? Getting close to the postseason. How about the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year candidates? What's going to happen? Ladarius Skelton coming off a career performance a week ago. Southern keeps on winning. He's going underneath the radar. He's a guy that's probably the best running quarterback in the country. He's got a chance. Number 4, we saw the Magic City Classic, and I thought it was the Jordan Bentley coming out party. We knew how good Jordan Bentley has been throughout his whole career, but in that classic, he proved that he was the best player on the field, one of the best in the SWAC. But how about his quarterback may knock him off? Number 3, Akil Glass. Glass, the leading passer in the conference. A&M, one of those teams underneath the radars. If you like stats and everything like that, then that is going to be your guy. Talk about Akil Glass, the best thrower in the conference. Number 2, I think we're seeing him now. We're starting to see how good a quarterback Felix Harper is. Felix Harper has taken over for Noah Johnson, and the winning has continued. The numbers have gotten better on a weekly basis. Alcorn State in a position to possibly host the SWAC championship. You have to give credit to that quarterback, and that quarterback for the Braves is Felix Harper.
Yeah, we have seen some outstanding play across the conference, but then who in your mind jumps out at number 1?
I like excitement. I like excitement, and I think the most exciting player in the SWAC is the running back from Prairie View A&M by the name of Dewanye Tucker. If you haven't seen him with his joystick moves, he is that home run hitter. He gets it done, can make everybody miss. I call him the Tariq Cohen of the SWAC because he's that special a talent. Be hard for me to see somebody knocking off Dewanye Tucker for SWAC Offensive Player of the Year.
And then when you look at this full list, maybe somebody you left off or who gets there on the bubble?
Hey, number 1 receiver in the conference. Texas Southern hasn't had a lot of victories this year, but Donnie Corley, the junior wide receiver, has been lighting it up. He leads the conference in almost every statistical receiving category. He'll get some mention as well, but not quite making my top 5.
All right, Jay, we'll be back with more. We hope you'll come back with us here to Grambling, Louisiana, as the bands get down.